Elise are in Ottawa on Thursday. I would assume our next guest will be back in Ottawa for that, for the, what are we calling it? The super panel.
The super panel.
The super panel,
she
yes.
might be there, yeah.
She generally is running the show out there in Ottawa, but she's been out in Vancouver, setting the scene for the match tonight, Canada, Australia, where we will see Christine Sinclair play for Canada for the last time. And here's our good friend, Claire Hanna. What's the vibe like leading up to kickoff tonight, Claire?
Well, we got a super panel happening here tonight, too. So, okay. We got the super panel happening on Thursday, but also here tonight. And I don't know. I'm at BC Place. Well, hold on. Christine Sinclair Place. Mm-hmm. Correct me there. Walking up here, there's signs that are like, thank you, Sinclair. And then at breakfast, I see a lady sitting up. She's got a Sinclair jersey on. Like, the vibes right now in this city are amazing. And not to mention the fact that the Canucks are hosting the Devils tonight, so that's going to be crazy. And these locations are both back-to-back, side by side. But this has been an emotional week because the team really is trying to, I think they're in denial that Christine Sinclair is going to be leaving this team. Nobody on this team has known the team without her because she's been here for 23 years. It's an incredible legacy. And for the younger players, you know, they're trying to soak up everything they can from a legend who's so exceptional at goal scoring. And then for some of the older veteran players, you know, they're realizing this is a changing of the guard. You know, Sophie Schmidt, this is also her last game with Canada. And those two have been together since 2007, I believe. So there was a huddle at the end of practice yesterday, which was the final practice and training session that Sinclair will ever participate in. And a couple of the players went around and just talked about what she meant to this program, not just on the field, but off of the field, what she's tried to do for gender equity and making this team and the program better than she found it. And Bev Friesman, the head coach, she came up and talked to us just after that, and she said, I'm a mess, you guys. I've been crying. Like, this is really emotional for me, and she's the coach. So I'm very interested to see how the team deals with their emotions throughout this game tonight.
How has Christine been? Like, has she been emotional? Does she understand, like, the magnitude of this night and how important it is for all Canadians and what she's done for the sport and young women all across the country?
Well, she's so humble, and she hates talking about herself. She actually said that this atmosphere tonight, while she's grateful for it, she says this is her nightmare to have all the focus on her. And here's the sense I get from her. I asked her, has it hit her yet that this is her final match? And she said when she was packing in Portland, because that's where she plays professionally in the National Women's Soccer League for the Thorns, she said, okay, this is the last time I'm packing for a game with Canada, and it kind of hit her there. But then she mentioned when she walked into Christine Sinclair Place for their first training session on Sunday, and she looked up at the Jumbotron, which right now there's a 12 inside a maple leaf, and then it says CS Place. She said that's when it became real, that this is going to be the location of her final match. But emotionally, I'm very interested to see when it really hits her. And I expect that she's going to start tonight. Bev Friesman pretty much said that she's going to lead her team on for the final team or for the final match tonight. So I expect her to be in the starting 11. But whenever she's substituted out of this match, I have no idea how long we're going to have to pause for, because to me, the ovation, I don't know if it'll even end. And then think about after the game. You guys have all retired from sports. Like, how long does it take you to leave the ice, or in this case, the pitch? Because when you leave, you know you're not coming back on with this team. And in Toronto, when they were hosting the Olympic qualifier against Jamaica, that was back before she did the post with the cleats on Instagram, the cleats hanging. And I think a lot of people wondered if that was her final match, because she had tears streaming down her face. She was walking around BMO, like just signing so many autographs. And I think that was almost a sneak peek, because at that point they hadn't announced this farewell tour. So, I mean, I think we could be here till 1 a.m. just with her signing autographs. Truly, like it's going to be a late night.
And I think that is probably the perfect play. She's got to start, and then I would think she gets to halftime, probably comes back out for the second half, and you take her out, the 60th minute, 65th minute, something like that, and allow her to have her moment. And to your point, Claire, I mean, there's no question the whole place will shut down. I'm sure both sides, including the Australians, will respect that.